Hello everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, police investigate a shooting in Waterville that left one person dead. Plus, we'll learn about an organization that's finding homes for teenagers who don't have a place of their own. And we'll also hear how the high school basketball tournaments are having a positive impact on the local business scene. Good morning, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. Emma Smith will join us in just a little bit. We're going to start things off today with a check of the forecast, and it looks like today will be much like yesterday. A lot of sunshine out there, but a little bit breezy too, which will keep the temperatures down. For more on what we can expect, let's turn things over to Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Washington County Community College. Discover choices, create success. Don't miss out on free college. As we get into things this morning, the small craft advisory is expiring at 7 a.m. this morning, so this will be out of here. This freezing spray advisory will also expire at 10 a.m. This was issued because of the frozen water that's kind of been crashing on shore, though, in a few spots. We'll start to see some improvement with that, though, with the wave heights going down. Moving forward, though, not looking too bad out there. We're looking pretty nice out there for us today. We're going to be seeing a good amount of sunshine, so as you head outside today, it will be a rather quiet day as the entire Northeast is looking rather quiet. You have to look further down to the south for any kind of shower or thunderstorm action. So overall, looking like a pretty nice day today, filled with a lot of sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds. Looking quiet for tonight as well, and looking pretty good for the daytime tomorrow. As for the winds, you might get a quick gust up to 15 to 20 miles per hour at times, but the winds will start to back off later on tonight and looking pretty good for the daytime tomorrow as well. So for today, we have upper 20s, mostly sunny and breezy. Northwest wind gusting up to about 15 miles per hour at times. Later on tonight, 8 degrees, mostly clear, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, upper 30s, partly cloudy and breezy, and at south wind gusting up to about 25 miles per hour at times. That hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a lot of sunshine, temperatures in the 20s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Maine State Police are investigating a fatal shooting in Waterville. It took place shortly after 8 o'clock Monday morning. The Waterville Police Department responded to a reported shooting outside of a residence at 18 South Grove Street. They say one person is dead as a result of the shooting. A second person was shot at but was not injured. The deceased was transported to the office of the Chief Medical Examiner in Augusta, where an autopsy is expected to be performed today. The Maine State Police Major Crimes Unit is working with the Waterville Police Department on this investigation. They say there's no threat to the public, but they have not yet said whether they're investigating the incident as a homicide or whether they have identified a person of interest.
Meanwhile, Bangor police are now investigating the death of a child. Detective Lieutenant Brent Bollia says a child was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries on Sunday morning, and despite steps taken by hospital staff, the child passed away Sunday night. The hospital notified police and the Maine Department of Health and Human Services. Lieutenant Bollia says the investigation continues and no further information is being released at this time. According to Bollia, this was an isolated incident and there is no threat to the public.
Bangor police say there's nothing suspicious about a man's death in the Holiday Mobile Home Park. They were called to a home yesterday after the man's body was discovered by a neighbor. Detectives and evidence technicians investigated the incident, and after an examination by the medical examiner, the death was determined not to be suspicious.
Meanwhile, a driver was killed and a passenger was critically injured following a crash in New Sharon. State police say it happened around 11:45 Monday morning on Route 2. They say a car pulled out of Tuttle's Auto Sales and directly into the path of a pickup truck. The truck's driver couldn't stop in time and struck the car. The car's driver was killed and a passenger was taken to a hospital with critical injuries. The driver of the pickup was not injured. The names of the victims have not been released at this time.
A man from Buckfield is accused of setting his own home on fire. According to the Department of Public Safety, fire crews were called to a home on Depot Street around 2:40 Sunday afternoon. The mobile home was badly damaged by the fire, and the fire marshal's office determined it was a work of arson. 46-year-old Clay Jacobs was arrested and charged with arson. There's no word on a motive for the alleged crime.
Well, a pair of fires in Lisbon on Monday morning kept firefighters busy. The first was at Dingley Press off Route 196. Lisbon's deputy fire chief tells us he thinks the fire was accidentally started by someone welding in the back of the building. The building's alarms went off and people evacuated while firefighters put out the fire.
They were doing some exterior work. I think they were cutting some metal for to run a new vent into the building, and it set the insulation on fire on the inside.
And while firefighters were dousing that fire, they got another call about a house fully engulfed in flames on the Bodenham Road. The homeowner's father told us his son was sleeping when the fire broke out, but he was able to get out safely. His son was checked out by paramedics on the scene. No word on how he's doing this morning, and the cause of that fire is still under investigation.
A Mid-Coast group is working with people in the community to find homes for teens who don't have a home of their own. Just last year, they placed nearly 24 young people into homes in the Bath, Topsom, and Brunswick areas. Mal Meyer has more.
He came to us when he had just turned 18, was a senior in high school.
Marshall Shepard and his family welcomed their first Morse High School student into their Harpswell home in 2021. Shepard says the teen had been living in shelters.
Every child deserves unconditional love and to have a house and food.
The family gave him more than just a place to stay for a year.
He became the first member of his family to graduate high school. We helped him get his license. We helped him get his first job.
We work hard to work with them on transitioning to adulthood, and each one of them does it at their own pace.
Pam Gormley is the Executive Director of Housing Resources for Youth. The group finds young people in need of its host home program through area school districts.
The teens that we deal with are homeless mostly through no fault of their own.
Last school year, there were nearly 2,200 students experiencing homelessness in the state. It was the highest percentage compared to non-homeless students since 2014. This program aims to offer safe and secure housing with an emphasis on getting young people to complete their high school education.
We stay in touch with our teens and our hosts at least on a weekly basis, if not more.
She's hoping to add about 7 to 10 host homes, especially in Bath and Topsom.
We do background checks, we do training, we meet with our hosts, we try to match our hosts with the appropriate teen to make the best possible connection.
For Shepard, he found it was just like having any kid at home.
There are certainly days where you're at your wit's end, but the good that comes out of it is just so much bigger.
And that was Mal Meyer reporting.
All right, the time now is 6:07. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, it's school vacation week, and many students are celebrating by hitting the slopes. We'll join the fun.
Looks like they're having fun there too.
Yeah, right.
But first, another check of that weather forecast. Another sunny one on the day today. It will be breezy with highs near 27. Tonight, mostly clear with lows dropping down into the single digits. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and breezy with a high near 37.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Right now, there's just so much happening in our world. So much at stake at the start of every morning.
Making sense of it all, that's not always so easy.
And that's where we come in.
Good Morning America. We want you to know every morning.
We're right here, and we got you.
It's time to start planning that new home or garage you've been thinking about. Hammond Lumber Company is here to help, offering complete building packages with everything you need. With several options on their website and thousands of unique plans in their in-house drawing catalog. Hammond will help you make your dreams a reality. Choose your materials from Hammond's extensive showroom displays, and Hammond will deliver your order from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Start planning your new home or garage at Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Local news weeknights at 6 with Beth Jones and Peter Dubois on ABC 7.
Well, of course you're doing well. You're here on Wheel of Fortune.
Let's go win some money.
These contestants are going places. Scandinavia. They're moving and shaking and getting it done here on Wheel. You could try to make it look a little harder.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
Welcome back, everyone. February break is a time for friends and family to connect without the stress of school. But with so little time, it's hard to know exactly what to do. Our Matthew Jurancic shows us how some kids are starting off their break.
With this week being February school vacation, it can be stressful to figure out what can be done before the break is over. But one way you can surely make Maine vacations count is by putting on your coat and strapping on your skis.
At Herman Mountain, there's so much to do during February break. Whether it's skiing or snowboarding or tubing, Whitcomb says he wants students to have fun this break.
Seeing the kids have fun is truly what it's all about. We've actually had 2 little snowstorms. We've called them blizzards this week. One was a couple inches, one was an inch, but it still was exciting because we just aren't seeing any natural snow this year.
The kids say they're having a blast.
I am super happy and I'm having like the extreme fun. So fun. It's a blast.
Others say the break is a way to connect and do activities they enjoy doing.
It's fun to get a break from school and to just like have fun and hang out with friends. And especially if you come here and you just put your earbuds in, listen to music, and just go down the mountain.
More importantly, it's the memories made shredding some snow that makes memories last a lifetime.
I get a lot of alone time, which makes it real nice. And we get real close that way. You know, we have a lot of time on the chairlift and skiing, and it makes it real fun for both of us.
In Herman, Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
3 of the biggest airports in New England are slated to make improvements to control towers, gates, and mechanical systems under a nearly $1 billion federal plan to strengthen the nation's air travel infrastructure. The Portland International Jetport in Maine is set to receive $10.4 million to install new passenger boarding bridges and make other improvements. The FAA says the largest of the New England grants is going to Logan International Airport in Boston. The federal money is going to a total of 114 airports across the country.
Well, there's a space in Herman where artists, woodworkers, and other creative-minded people gather each week to work on different projects. This community lab and workshop is called the Bangor Maker Space, and for a small monthly fee, members can access that space and all the tools inside 24 hours a day. Our Jody Hersey has more.
People do everything here, and it's inspiring and exciting to be here.
There's no shortage of things to do at the Bangor Makerspace in Herman. This community workshop is where tinkerers and other crafters gather to create things, share their expertise with others, and learn new skills. Mary Frances Bees Orchard is a fiber artist and a member of Bangor Makerspace.
I come weekly. I've actually used the space before to have meetings. I sometimes take lessons online, and so if the house is noisy or the internet's bad, I come here. It's a good space to work.
She's been inspired by artists from different generations that use the space.
There's a man here who's 3D printing a sock machine for his teenage daughter. A circular sock knitting machine where you crank it and there are needles all around and it makes a sock.
Bangor Makerspace opened in Freedom Park in Herman in 2021. For $60 a month, members have 24/7 access to the space and the resources inside, which include 3D printers, computers, carpentry tools, and storage space.
The idea of the makerspace was started by Michael Revel. Before he moved up to Maine, there was a very large community called the Bangor Hacker Club. They would meet at what was Borders to get together and talk technology.
Bangor Makerspace is also open to the public every Tuesday at 6 p.m.
And we just want people to utilize the space. We want it to grow into more of a community workshop.
Come see what we're doing. It's an amazing place. If you have an interest, someone else here does too.
In Herman, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
I just love that, you know, not everybody can afford all the tools, things like 3D printers and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Here you can go and use it for whatever you want.
No, I mean, and that's kind of a barrier into getting to all sorts of things that you want to do, and then you find out, all the necessary tools are kind of too much.
Yep.
I like that they're open 24 hours too.
Great idea.
If you're a late nighter.
Go work in the middle of the night if you want.
Cool.
Yeah. Pretty neat.
All right, the time now is 6:14. After the break, it's a busier time in Bangor than usual as people make their way to town for tourney time. We'll hear about this.
Plus, the Herman Animal Control Officer recently got a pie to the face. We'll hear why right after the break.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna. Dedication, teamwork, and passion drives you on the court. Coastal Auto Parts' 29 locations in Maine will get you to the moment that matters. It's tourney time. Let's get up and go. Good luck to the Bucksport High School girls from John R. Crooker Insurance Agency in Bucksport for personal and commercial insurance. Good luck to the Bucksport and Ellsworth High School teams from Osborne's Plumbing and Heating in Bucksport and Ellsworth, featuring boiler and furnaces, replacement gas or oil. Best wishes to the Ellsworth and Bucksport teams from Dave's Auto Repair and Towing for AAA emergency services and quality cars, trucks, and heavy equipment.
Every year, the Maine Principals Association's high school basketball tournament draws large crowds to the Bangor area, sparking a boost in business and excitement throughout the community. Our Grace Blanchard gives us a look at the impact of those off the court.
It's tourney time again for high school basketball, which means Mainers have been piling into the Cross Insurance Center.
It's a big draw for people. They love the tournament. They love basketball in Maine. They love the kids.
Director Alan Snell has been organizing the tournament for decades. He says he always looks forward to the excitement from the community.
The kids are so excited, not only just the players and the cheerleaders, but the bands.
For some fans, it's a chance to relive the glory days.
And we won the state championship undefeated back in '67.
Local Bill McAvoy says the tournament has been a big part of his life, going from player, coach to now spectator.
I look forward to this every single year, and I'll tell you, you have some great games here, and you can just sit there and enjoy it.
Those working in concessions say they've been prepping for the large crowds for days.
We're constantly on the go. It's more busy during the weekends, but even during the week.
Area restaurants say it's also a huge boost in business for them.
Got a lot of friends and family that are coming in all the time, and we're staying busy the whole time, so making good money and having a good time with everybody, so it's a win-win.
And many devoted fans plan on staying in the area all week long.
A lot of them say, well, this is our vacation. We want to come down here and spend 3 or 4 days and get a hotel room, and I know exactly what they're saying.
For all the latest coverage on the tournament, visit our website, foxbangor.com. In Bangor, Grace Blanchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Such a fun time for people, especially in some of the smaller towns. They all head to Bangor.
Yep.
It turns into a celebration where they meet old friends and get
Yeah.
caught up, that kind of thing.
I went to go grab a beer on Saturday, and there were a bunch of folks that were in town for that reason, and it made me happy. Just, enjoying their time.
Great time during the winter.
Right, right. All right, the time now is 6:18.
Hey, it looks like more sunshine today. Let's get a full look at that weather forecast.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Washington County Community College. Discover choices, create success. Don't miss out on free college. All righty, so we have a small crowd advisory expiring at 7 a.m. this morning, right about in here. Our freezing spray advisory will also expire at 10 a.m. because we had some ice crashing on shore as well. At least some ocean water that went on shore and froze up as a result of the active surf that we've been dealing with recently. As for the wave fights, so at around 2 to 6 foot wave fights, notice so that's where that small crowd advisory was last in effect, so that's why it was up for a little while longer this morning. As for on land, we're looking pretty good out there. Keep the sunglasses handy. We're going to be filled with a lot of sunshine today as we have no clouds overhead. It'll be a quiet day today, maybe with a few passing clouds, but that'll be about it. You can see high pressure right about in here. That's going to be keeping us pretty nice for it today, so get outside and enjoy the nice weather that we will be experiencing. Futurecast moving forward, though, we'll see a lot of sunshine today, maybe a few passing clouds. A mostly clear sky will be expected later on tonight, though. As we head towards tomorrow, maybe a few more clouds passing through. We will call it a partly cloudy sky by that time frame. As we head towards Wednesday night, a few passing clouds expected, especially further off towards the north, but overall watching for more clouds later into the week. Gusty winds possible today, reaching up around 15 to 20 miles per hour at times. The winds do calm down later on tonight into parts of early tomorrow morning, so the gusty winds will not be lasting much longer. In fact, we're looking pretty good for tomorrow. Maybe a few gusty winds up toward the north, and maybe a few near us as well, but most of it will be further off towards the north. Now, talking about temperatures recently, yesterday there was another below average day. 28 degrees was the high temperature. That's 4 degrees below normal, as our average high temperature is now 33 degrees. We'll do upper 20s for us today, upper 30s as we head towards your Wednesday. We're back in the low 40s Thursday and Friday. We're back in the 30s Saturday, upper 20s Sunday, and lower 40s make a return again as we head towards your Monday. Upper 20s today, mostly sunny and breezy with that northwest wind gusting up to about 15 miles per hour at times. 8 degrees tonight, mostly clear with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, here we go. 37 degrees, partly cloudy and breezy. South wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at extended forecast brought to you by Washington County Community College. Partly cloudy on Thursday, highs in the low 40s. Low 40s again for your Friday with a chance for rain and snow showers. Partly cloudy on Saturday, highs in the low 30s.
Maine QuitLink offers free help to stop smoking and vaping, including personalized quit plans and free patches, gum, and/or lozenges with every program. Get connected to a quit coach, trained to develop a plan that works for you. Learn how to curb cravings and overcome slips and relapses. It's free, it works, and people who enroll are 2 times more likely to successfully quit. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or enroll online at mainequitlink.com.
Don't get cold feet this winter. Stay warm and dry with high-performance footwear from Comfort Shoes and More. With an extensive selection of winter boots rated from 0 to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit, you'll find comfort in knowing your feet will be warm in any weather. Discover the latest in functional and fashionable footwear with grippers built right into the sole. With boots in stock up to 6E and size 17 for men and women. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
With winter still hanging around, it's the perfect time for Ford's all-wheel drive sales event. Now get great deals on Ford trucks, including F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 47 straight years. Choose a rugged F-150 or Ford Super Duty, North America's Truck of the Year. See for yourself why Ford trucks are #1 in brand loyalty. All in stock and ready for immediate delivery. The Ford all-wheel drive sales event happening now at your New England Ford dealers. Now get 1.9% APR for 72 months on 2023 Ford F-150.
Hello, fellow flyers. I'm the Savvy Traveler, here to share the secrets of convenience at Bangor International Airport. Parking, you're steps away from the terminal. Inside, even more conveniences. And friendly, efficient security. All of these make BGR the official airport of you. Remember, the Savvy Travel through Bangor International Airport. FlyBangor.com.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Now to a court decision on fertility treatments that could have an impact far beyond Alabama. That's where the state's highest court has ruled that frozen embryos are children. The issue already getting attention at the federal level. In Washington, ABC's Andrew Dimbert has more.
This morning, new questions about the future of fertility treatments after Alabama's Supreme Court ruled that frozen embryos are children. The decision reverses a lower court's ruling in a case brought by a couple who sued a fertility clinic for wrongful death after someone dropped their frozen embryos on the floor, destroying them. The court cited Alabama's Constitution in its ruling, saying even before birth, all human beings bear the image of God, and their lives cannot be destroyed without effacing His glory.
It could effectively end IVF in the entire state of Alabama.
With treatments like in vitro fertilization, several eggs are fertilized outside the body before being implanted into a patient's uterus.
In that waiting period, some of the embryos might show up as non-viable. And in that case, what the clinics will do is dispose of them. But now, according to Alabama law, that would essentially be the murder of a child.
Alabama State Medical Association warning the increased risk of legal exposure might result in Alabama's fertility clinics shutting down. The The issue is already on the radar of federal lawmakers. Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth and Pennsylvania Congresswoman Susan Wild have introduced a bill called the Access to Family Building Act. It would establish IVF and other fertility treatments as a right for patients and doctors.
Everyone deserves access to the full range of assisted reproductive technologies to help them start or grow their families, including treatments like in vitro fertilization.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
The Palestinian foreign minister accused Israel of apartheid on Monday. In remarks outside of The Hague, the diplomat urged the United Nations top court to declare Israel's occupation of Palestinian territories as illegal, saying Israel's control must end immediately for any hope for a two-state future to survive. The foreign minister's remarks come as historic hearings are underway before the International Court of Justice into the legality of Israel's 57-year occupation against the backdrop of the Israel-Hamas war. It's the first time the world's highest court has been asked to give an advisory opinion on the issue, which has been the subject of years of debates and resolutions at the UN. Israel's representatives were not scheduled to speak, but submitted a 5-page letter to the court last July that was published after Monday's hearing. In it, Israel said the questions put to the court are prejudiced and, quote, fail to recognize Israel's right and duty to protect its citizens. Judges are expected to take months to issue a decision.
Well, meanwhile, people continue to lay flowers at the Solovetsky stone in Moscow to honor the life of Alexei Navalny, despite reports of people being detained after paying their respects. The monument has become a symbol of silenced voices under President Vladimir Putin. A prominent rights group is reporting more than 300 people have been detained while paying tribute to Navalny this past weekend. Russian prison officials reported Navalny died on Friday. His body is being held for at least 14 days as Russian authorities try to determine the cause of death, with his mother reportedly being denied access to his body and the location of the morgue being unknown. The death coming 1 month before a presidential election in Russia that is expected to give Russian President Putin another 6 years in power.
Now to the war in Ukraine. Russian troops have launched a new round of attacks across multiple fronts after capturing a key city in eastern Ukraine.
One Ukrainian commander saying they just don't have enough manpower and ammunition to hold off these Russian assaults. This as crucial U.S. aid stays held up in the Republican-led House.
ABC's M. Wynn has the latest from Washington.
This morning, Russia launching multiple assaults in eastern and southern Ukraine, pressing its advantages after seizing the key city of Avdiivka. One Ukrainian commander saying they just didn't have enough manpower and shells. Neurosurgeon Rocco Armando, who previously served as a doctor for the U.S. Army, telling ABC's Martha Raddatz of the latest casualties.
This is a patient who had a severe penetrating brain trauma, basically an artillery blast.
Armando says the worsening situation faced by Ukrainians is directly linked to the billions of dollars in U.S. aid held up in the Republican-controlled House.
The less firepower you have, the more casualties you have, the more lives are lost. It's directly related.
Despite facing international criticism over his lack of swift action on Ukraine aid, House Speaker Mike Johnson has not signaled when he might pass new assistance. He has said no foreign aid will pass before more border security is secured. President Biden saying House Republicans are making a big mistake.
The way they're walking away from NATO, the way they're walking away from meeting our obligations, is just shocking. I've been for a while. I've never seen anything like this.
This as Biden condemns Putin over the sudden death of Alexei Navalny, the Kremlin's fiercest critic. Former President Trump's only comments on Navalny's death compared it to the alleged political persecution he claims he's facing in his own legal battles. Former Republican Representative Liz Cheney slamming Trump on CNN.
I believe the issue this election cycle is making sure the Putin wing of the Republican Party does not take over the West Wing of the White House.
In the wake of Navalny's death, President Biden says he's considering more sanctions against Russia. M. Wynn, ABC News, Washington.
Coming up on the second half of the newscast, we'll have all the latest on what's coming to theaters near you in today's Hollywood Nation segment.
Plus, we'll also hear how those gas prices are trending. Those stories and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Inferno Arcade is an ideal birthday party destination. We have the best arcade video games, including Tomb Raider, Halo, Need for Speed, Mario Kart, and Luigi's Mansion. You are guaranteed to have hours of fun. Plus, we also have a 9-hole blacklight mini golf course that changes weekly. Allow us to provide hours of fun for you and your friends. You bring the cake, we'll provide the entertainment. Call us today to schedule your birthday party event, 889-3166.
It's Empire Today's biggest sale, the 50-50-50 sale. 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation. That's right, half off your entire project. You can save thousands. Empire's 50-50-50 sale won't last long. Don't miss 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. The hot, crispy filet o fish with soft steamed buns, tender, flaky fish, melty cheese, and tangy tartar sauce. You either love it or you haven't tried it yet.
Now at McDonald's, order a crispy, delicious Filet-O-Fish, a tender, juicy McCrispy or spicy McCrispy, 2 for only $6. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
There was no salt or sand.
And because of that, I slipped and fell.
When snow or ice isn't removed, you need a powerful law firm to go after every dollar you may deserve.
I needed to protect my rights.
Cases like this require resources and experience.
Over 25,000 victories for injured Mainers and more than $500 million collected for Maine families.
I never thought I'd get that much.
The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Maine lawyers working for Maine people.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Today is Tuesday, February 20th, 2024. It's also National Comfy Day.
We all like to be comfy, right?
Yeah, I like this.
This is a day to wear comfy clothes, be a complete mess if you want to, eat comfort food, and take part in any activity that allows you to be cozy and lazy. All you have to do is find your favorite spot and relax. The holiday was actually created by the inventor of a wearable blanket that's now being sold in more than 100 countries around the world. They know all about getting comfy.
I actually think I got one of those.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I think I bought one for my daughter for Christmas, actually.
It's like a sweatshirt that's huge.
Yeah. He saw, I think, one of his kids sitting on the couch, and it was a cold day. They had a blanket on, but they were still cold, and so the kid was like putting their hands in their sweater.
It's like
and everything.
Sherpa on the inside.
Yeah, it's just like little pockets and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of neat. But
I like that.
Be comfy if you can today. A lot of us have to work, but
you can still find a compromise.
Sure.
There. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Bring your little wearable blanket to work. They'll love it. So.
It's cold.
It is.
All right. On this day in history, in 1792, President George Washington signed an act to create the U.S. Postal Service. In 1872, the Metropolitan Museum of Art opened for the first time in New York City. My dad's taken me there. We went as a kid.
Yeah, pretty neat.
Yeah. In 1907, President Theodore Roosevelt signed an Immigration Act which excluded, quote, idiots, imbeciles, feeble-minded persons, epileptics, and insane persons. I'd be out from being admitted into the United States.
I'm a little feeble-minded myself. They'd get rid of me.
I know. I mean, it's almost like I was like, where's hysterical people? Because they loved using that word too, specifically to describe women. Yeah. They don't know what's wrong with her. She's hysterical.
Send her to the place.
Send her to the asylum. God. And in 1959, Jimi Hendrix played his first gig at a synagogue in Seattle. He was fired from the gig for playing his guitar too wildly. Also in 1959, the FCC applies the equal time rule to TV newscasts and political candidates. Really changed a lot there.
You got to give them as much time as the other one. That way media people can't put on their favorite candidate and give them all kinds of time or her all kinds of time. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, more history for you. In 1962, astronaut John Glenn became the first American to orbit the Earth. He circled the globe 3 times on this day before splashing down safely in the Atlantic. In 1998, Tara Lipinski became the youngest gold medalist in Winter Olympics history when she won ladies figure skating at the age of just 15 years old.
Wow.
In 2003, a fire sparked by pyrotechnics broke out during a concert by the band Great White in Warwick, Rhode Island. 100 people were killed, 200 others were injured, just a terrible fire. In fact, they were in Bangor just 2 days before that, and they performed just up the road here, and they used the pyrotechnics there. Luckily, they didn't set any fires, but I just remember the video from, I think it was called The Station, was the club in Rhode Island. Just horrible scene.
It was indoors.
So, indoors,
right.
yeah. I lived in Warwick for about 4 years too, so all my neighbors just, you can imagine this happening right down the road.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving on, a couple more things in history. In 2016, a John Lennon fan bought a lock of his hair for $35,000 during an auction in Dallas, Texas.
And today's birthdays include singer Rihanna, she's 36 today, comedian Trevor Noah is 40, and supermodel Cindy Crawford is 58. Wow, a lot of very well-known folks today.
I love Cindy Crawford.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still do. She's still beautiful.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Oh, and Rihanna's kind of like the new age version of Cindy Crawford, I feel like.
Kind of like that, yeah. Rihanna's beautiful too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, right, Keenan?
You know what? Yeah,
Keenan agrees. All right.
Okay.
Weather time.
Here's Devin Biggs with that forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Washington County Community College. Discover choices, create success. Don't miss out on free college. As we get into things this morning, the small craft advisory is expiring at 7 a.m. this morning, so this will be out of here. This freezing spray advisory will also expire at 10 a.m. This was issued because of the frozen water that's kind of been crashing on shore, though, in a few spots. We'll start to see some improvement with that, though, with the wave heights going down. Moving forward, though, not looking too bad out there. We're looking pretty nice out there for us today. We're going to be seeing a good amount of sunshine, so as you head outside today, it will be a rather quiet day, as the entire Northeast is looking rather quiet. You have to look further down to the south for any kind of shower or thunderstorm action. So overall, looking like a pretty nice day today, filled with a lot of sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds. Looking quiet for tonight as well, and looking pretty good for the daytime tomorrow. As for the winds, you might get a quick gust up to 15 to 20 miles per hour at times, but the winds will start to back off later on tonight, and looking pretty good for the daytime tomorrow as well. So for today, we have upper 20s, mostly sunny and breezy. Northwest wind gusting up to about 15 miles per hour at times. Later on tonight, 8 degrees, mostly clear, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, upper 30s, partly cloudy and breezy, and at south wind gusty up to about 25 miles per hour at times. That hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a lot of sunshine, temperatures in the 20s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Plenty of sun, at least.
Yeah. Well, a Herman cheerleader and her family came up with a sweet and memorable way to fundraise for her team's travel expenses.
This is Amaya Stubbs' first year cheering. The 7th grader was recently asked to join a higher level team within the Cheer Magic All-Stars, which completes at the D2 Summit in Florida. And since this is a travel team, families are required to pay their own expenses. So the Stubbs family came up with an idea to sell 50 virtual pieces of chocolate for $5 each. If Amaya sold all 50 pieces, she would get the opportunity to throw a pie in her dad's face. It just so happens that her dad, James Stubbs, is the animal control officer in Herman. However, there was a catch.
It was that I was going to get pied unless I sold all 50.
And so what happened?
I sold all 50.
We weren't planning to go to Florida this year, and so we decided to try some different fundraising ideas. And the thought of either of them getting pied in the face was appealing to me. I thought it would be entertaining, if nothing else.
Go.
Devon's Kitchen in Herman opened its doors, quite literally, for the family to use in order to fulfill and film the outcome of the fundraiser. The Stubbs family is already brainstorming other ways to raise funds for Amaya's cheering trip to Florida in May.
Good for her. Good for all of them, really. Dad, you know.
Dad's a good sport.
Pie to the face,
yes,
you know.
You got to be careful. You could break somebody's nose if you go to.
Yeah, that could be dangerous.
Yeah.
So.
What a good sport.
Very neat.
All right, moving on now. After the break, Tyler Cruz will have plenty of the latest tournament coverage in our sports segment.
If you want basketball highlights, you've come to the right place. We'll be right back.
For the second year in a row, Chevy Equinox has been ranked by J.D. Power #1 in new vehicle quality for compact SUVs. other words, it's really good right from the start. Chevy Equinox.
Do that again.
Connected by OnStar.
Drive yours away this President's Day weekend. Current qualified lessees can get this Equinox for around $269 a month, or get $2,500 total cash allowance.
Hi, this is Jim with Lowry & Associates.
Some guy slid across the center line and hit my daughter. The cops said the guy was driving way too fast for the snowy conditions.
I'm so sorry you guys are going through this. Is your daughter okay?
She just had surgery yesterday. Is there any way you can come meet us at the hospital?
Absolutely. I can meet you at the hospital right now.
Lowry & Associates came to the hospital and settled my daughter's case for $250,000.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. Call us. We win for you.
Nexium 24-Hour prevents heartburn acid for twice as long as Pepcid. Get all day and all night heartburn acid prevention with just one pill a day. Choose acid prevention. Choose Nexium.
Goose River Farm and Meat Store is conveniently located on Route 3 across from Hammond Lumber in Belfast. They have a wide selection of meat and poultry, including beef, pork, lamb, chicken, duck, rabbit, and turkey. Open Tuesday through Saturday.
Plan and build your ideal new home or garage with a customized building package from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Welcome in to Fast Break Tournament Edition, brought to you by Dorsey Furniture and Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer. Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Welcome into Fast Break Extended, brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts and Dorsey Furniture. Busy day at the Cross Center for day 3 of the tourney, so let's get to it, shall we? 8 games to get to tonight, starting with the morning session. Let's roll the clip. All right, game 1 from the Cross. It's the D-Boys quarterfinal between 4-seed Katahdin and 5-seed Easton. This one a 9 a.m. tip, so we're at it bright and early. First points of the game. Here's Easton's Chase Flewelling, bringing it to the foul line and draining the nice running jumper there. Later in the first, Katahdin's Connor Edwards out to Brighton Hartsgrove in the corner for the triple. Third quarter, Easton's Owen Sweeney swipes this ball away. He goes all the way to the hole for the lay-in. Later on, it's going to be Katahdin's turn on the steal. It's Edwards. He's going to do the same. Look at this jelly, and one. Close down the stretch, but Katahdin wins it 55-51.
It was a team effort tonight. We all know that we had to run our plays through and we had to play tough defense, and that's what got us the win at the end.
All right, let's move on to the other quarterfinal now. The unbeaten top-seeded Skank against the 9-seeded Wisdom. First quarter on the steal is Skank's Mason McDonough. He needs a lay-in. Who needs a lay-in? Let me just slam this one down with authority. Great play right there. Later, Wisdom's Landon Card goes up for the floater, but he's rejected by Owen Wyman, playing volleyball on the baseline there. Still in the first, Wolverines can't handle the rebound, and Cam Pelletier corrals it. He hits the mid-range jumper right there. Finally, it's Sam Jacobs into Wyman in the post, and he goes off the glass, count it, and the foul. Tough move from the big man. Skank rolls to the semi, 74-21.
Can't wait for to play against Katahdin. We've been scouting them all year, and we want to match up with them. We're just taking it one game at a time. We're going to go for the gold ball, hopefully.
All right, let's go to the girls' Class D quarterfinals now. First D girls of the day is 4-seed Jonesport Beals against the 5-seeded Skank. Third quarter, Jonesport leads. Mary McDonald over to Rachel Crowley. She sets in the corner, and her shot from deep goes down. Later on, Skank with it. Loose ball here is going to be scooped up by Abby Hutchins. Her mid-range goes. Late in the fourth we go now. Skank down just 3. Lydia Matarazzo the steal. Addie Freeman back to Matarazzo. She's going to get that to go. It is now a 1-point game. Next possession, though, Jonesport's Mia Mills on the brink, running the length of the floor to the hole. She gets fouled and one. Last chance for Skank is off. Jonesport Beals wins 48-43.
I get the ball and I see a lane, I'm taking it. I'm not letting no one stop me. And if I'll take the foul, because most of the time I'll make my foul shots. Tonight was a little rough for me at the foul line, but it's okay.
All right, now to the final D-North girls quarterfinal we go. The powerhouse top seed Southern Aroostook. They are taking on the Mariners from Deer Isle Stonington. First quarter, Mariners Maya Brown over to Hannah Billings. She takes the 3, and that is nothing but net. Mariners up early. That didn't last long. Later, Southern Aroostook's Allie Shields to Cammie in the corner. Her triple goes down, 3 of her 36 points tonight. Second quarter, Mariners' Madeline Eaton's lay-in is off the mark, but Megan Wendell is there for the follow. She gets it to go and one. Finally, though, here is Allie Shields intercepting a pass with a perfect read. She'll stroll to the rim. That is an easy two. Warriors win big, 81-39.
Mr. U always says, like, the quarterfinal game, the more aggressive team will win. So we just try to be the more aggressive team and really turn up our defense.
All right, so that sets up Katahdin and Skank in the boys' D semis at the top of the bracket. Bangor Christian and Southern Aristic there at the bottom. And then Southern Aristic girls will play Jonesport Beals, while Wisdom and Katahdin will battle in the semis. All right, so let's go back to the Cross Center now for the Class C games. That is the afternoon session. And that first game on the docket for Class C is 11-seeded Dexter taking on the 3-seed Fort Fairfield. Tigers on Tigers here. First quarter, Dexter has it. Kellen Peavy to Bryce Cooper. Skips through the lane, gets it to go. Nice move for the 2. Dexter again. This one goes to Zach Adams. He passes it out to Peavy. Peavy sticks the catch-and-shoot jumper. Gets a little bit of help from the roll right there. Here come the other Tigers now. Ethan Willard to Graydon King. No-look pass back to Willard. He knocks it in off the glass. Nice play there. Dexter led by 2 at the half, but a big second half for Fort Fairfield. Caden Ala over to Micah Daigle. 2 of his 21 points. Tigers go on to win 57-46.
It feels really good. I mean, I think we just want to make a farther run than we did last year. It's going to take a lot of hustle and a lot of effort, but I think we can do it.
All right, who gets to play Fort Fairfield? The Warriors from Fort Kent or the Mustangs from Mount View? We'll pick it up in the first quarter. Fort Kent's Drew Deshane with the rebound. But look at Mount View's Noah Hurd swooping in for the steal, and look at the jelly on the finish right there. Nice move from the senior. Later, Caleb Lavertu with it. He drives inside, works his way around the D for the off-balance lay-in for the Warriors. End of the half, let's watch Noah Hurd again here. He's going to get it on the wing, pull it, and sink the 3 at the horn. Mustangs up 13 at the break, and they go on a big run in the third 2. This is Wyatt Evanson driving. He banks home the jumper at the horn in the third. That caps off a 25-8 quarter. Mount View is moving on. They win 78-44.
We came out knowing that they were going to be a solid team, and we were the underdogs going in. But so we knew that if we dominated on the defense end, our offense would click in it, and it did.
That it did. Happy 18th birthday to Noah Hurd as well. The girls getting underway now. Our first Class C girls game of the session. Number 6 Hodgdon, third-ranked Penobscot Valley. First quarter, Hodgdon's Aaliyah Matheson on the break. Throws it all the way down to Megan Peters, and she finishes at the rim. Later, Penobscot Valley's Ashlyn St. Cyr kicks it to freshman Brooklyn Raymond for 3. She gets it to go. She would hit 6 of those. Second quarter, Matheson tries to thread the defense to Sydney Harvey. Somehow does it. She gets it to go. What a play there. PVHS up big, though. To the third. Pass here picked off by St. Cyr. 2-on-1 break. Over to Riley Moulton in stride for 2. Textbook right there. Howlers win 63-30.
Our defense, our conditioning, the way coach prepares us for stuff, we always know we can fall back to our defense.
And finally tonight, it's 10th-ranked Bucksport, fresh off a road prelim win. They've got second-ranked Fort Kent. Second quarter, Bucksport, Sam Cyr kicks it out to Caitlin Flannery. She shoots it from the wing, and she banks home the 3. Nice play there. Later on, Bucks passing it around the perimeter, ends up in the corner again. This time, it's Jetta Shook. Nothing but net from downtown. Bucksport takes the lead. Here comes Fort Kent, though. Emmeline Nadeau catches Lily Wernken. Moving on the weak side. 3-point basket is good. Finally, in comes Fort Kent's Lily Oliver, cutting through the defense, pulling up from the foul line, gets the shooter's roll. 2 of her game-high 22. Fort Kent wins 42-32. All right, so that sets up these semifinal matchups. Fort Fairfield and Mount View will play for a trip to the finals. And then in the girls bracket, it is Penobscot Valley and Fort Kent playing for a trip to the finals there. That one's at 7 p.m. Thursday. All right, that is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back.
Your financial goals may appear to be all about savings and investing, but in reality, it's about much more. Your life, your family, and your legacy.
Plan your future with Warren Financial.
The Furniture Gallery's President's Day celebration is on. Your choice of 3 colors, this Ashley recliner just $2.99. Host dinners in style with a new 5-piece dining set, only $3.99. Get comfortable with a new sofa starting at $4.49. Or upgrade to a spacious sofa chaise for just $5.99. All full-price Ashley bedroom furniture still 10% off. And save up to 70% off clearance items. Hurry in while it lasts and save big. Shop local, save money at the Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Newport, and North Windham.
My father worked at the mill for over 30 years. He was exposed to a great community and excelled at his job, but he was also exposed to asbestos. The air quality inside the mill was always his biggest complaint. He had no idea how deadly some of the products and materials were. When he was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew to call Joe Bornstein's office to get my dad the help he needs and the justice he deserves.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
Your financial goals may appear to be all about savings and investing, but in reality, it's about much more. Your life, your family, and your legacy.
Plan your future with Warrant Financial.
A musical based on a high-profile celebrity trial is coming to the U.S. Regina King transforms into a political icon and more.
Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with all the latest in the Hollywood nation.
I am running for president
of the United States.
A first look at King's iconic role, another heist for Berlin, and Paltrow's trial goes musical in the Hollywood nation.
My name is Gwyneth Paltrow.
The musical Gwyneth Goes Skiing will make its U.S. debut. After a successful run in London, the 90-minute play will open at the Egyptian Theater in Park City, Utah later this year. The stage show satirizes the high-profile ski crash trial between Gwyneth Paltrow and optometrist Terry Sanderson. It will feature creators Linus Karp and Joseph Martin reprising their roles as the Oscar winner and doctor, with Glee star Darren Criss providing vocals for Sanderson's musical numbers.
We're gonna have such a good time.
The group of thieves from the hit series Berlin will be back for another job. Netflix has renewed the Money Heist spinoff for a second season. Pedro Alonso, who plays the show's title character Berlin, and his castmates will reprise their roles. The prequel story is currently the 9th most watched non-English language series in the streamer's history.
The people of America are watching us.
Speaking of Netflix, the streaming giant dropped a first look at Regina King portraying political icon Shirley Chisholm in the upcoming biopic Shirley. Chisholm was the first black woman to be elected to the U.S. Congress, and the film chronicles her trailblazing run for president in 1972. It starts streaming March 22nd.
You're about to make history.
In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Now on to that forecast. It looks like another chilly day today, a sunny day at least.
Yeah. Cold again tonight, too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got caught talking and now I'm thrown off.
It's all good.
Here's meteorologist Devin Biggs with our full weather forecast.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Washington County Community College. Discover choices, create success. Don't miss out on free college. All righty, so we have a small crowd advisory expiring at 7 a.m. this morning, right about in here. Our freezing spray advisory will also expire at 10 a.m. because we had some ice crashing on shore as well. At least some ocean water that went on shore and froze up as a result of the active surf that we've been dealing with recently. As for the wave fights, so at around 2 to 6 foot wave fights, notice so that's where that small crowd advisory was last in effect, so that's why it was up for a little while longer this morning. As for on land, we're looking pretty good out there. Keep the sunglasses handy. We're going to be filled with a lot of sunshine today as we have no clouds overhead. It'll be a quiet day today, maybe with a few passing clouds, but that'll be about it. You can see high pressure right about in here. That's going to be keeping us pretty nice for it today, so get outside and enjoy the nice weather that we will be experiencing. Futurecast moving forward, though, we'll see a lot of sunshine today, maybe a few passing clouds. A mostly clear sky will be expected later on tonight, though. As we head towards tomorrow, maybe a few more clouds passing through. We will call it a partly cloudy sky by that time frame. As we head towards Wednesday night, a few passing clouds expected, especially further off towards the north, but overall watching for more clouds later into the week. Gusty winds possible today, reaching up around 15 to 20 miles per hour at times. The winds do calm down later on tonight into parts of early tomorrow morning, so the gusty winds will not be lasting much longer. In fact, fact, we're looking pretty good for tomorrow. Maybe a few gusty winds up toward the north and maybe a few near us as well, but most of it will be further off towards the north. Now, talking about temperatures recently, yesterday there was another below average day. 28 degrees was the high temperature. That's 4 degrees below normal, as our average high temperature is now 33 degrees. We'll do upper 20s for us today, upper 30s as we head towards your Wednesday. We're back in the low 40s Thursday and Friday. We're back in the 30s Saturday, upper 20s Sunday, and lower 40s make a return again as we head towards your Monday. Upper 20s today, mostly sunny and breezy with that northwest wind gusting up to about 15 miles per hour at times. 8 degrees tonight, mostly clear with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, here we go. 37 degrees, partly cloudy and breezy. South wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at extended forecast brought to you by Washington County Community College. Partly cloudy on Thursday, highs in the low 40s. Low 40s again for your Friday with a chance for rain and snow showers. Partly cloudy on Saturday, highs in the low 30s.
Harris Lumber is locally owned and has been serving the Pequot region for more than 50 years. See them for all your projects, big or small. Customer service is their #1 priority. And with a full line of lumber and hardware items, they can also deliver to your job site. Harris Lumber, Milo.
It's so important to me to work at a place that I believe in.
I love having that one-on-one with our members.
You come to a credit union to work because you actually like helping people.
You get to be a part of really life-changing moments.
We get to guide them through the process of having their dream come true.
It's work that I can really believe in.
Builds a really rewarding professional career.
You can honestly make a difference in people's lives. And that's why I like credit unions.
It's just a wonderful place to work.
I got hurt in a car accident. Give me one good reason why I should call the twos.
How about 3 great reasons you should call us? 1, we make it easy. You can hire us right from your phone and you never have to leave your house. 2, it's fast. Read the result. Just listen to this.
Lowry and Associates got me $195,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
Whether you can pinpoint the problem or can't quite put your finger on it, the friendly professionals from Coastal Auto Parts can help point you in the right direction. With Maine's largest network of parts, you can trust your vehicle will have what it needs to get you to the moments that matter most. Because Napa knows the keys to a winning team. And with 29 locations in Maine, Coastal Auto Parts helps keep our communities running. Team up together with the fuel that keeps us firing on all cylinders. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Rumble. Protocol and tradition are the metal from which every cop in this city is forged.
The Rookie returns tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
All right, looks like we're about out of time for today. If you missed anything, you can head to foxbangor.com.
We thank you for joining us. We'll continue broadcasting on Fox 22 for the next couple hours, but if you're heading out for the day, bundle up. It's pretty chilly out there, and have a great day.